Richard, and I was diagnosed with hairy cell leukemia back in 2009 and had treatment in 2010. So my role on the Escape is as a peer supporter. So that's really to kind of help people through any discussions that we're having, making sure that people are getting the most out of the Escape. And if they do need any additional support from the counsellors that we have here, that they get directed to the right place to get that help, and making sure that really people get the most that they can out of this weekend. I think the best part of being here this year is actually that we're going through this for the second time, and that for the benefit of everyone that's here, I guess that we're more practiced at this, and it's I'm hoping people will get more out of it. And it's also been interesting to see actually going through what's a pretty similar Escape to what we did last year as far as the framework is concerned, but actually how a completely different group of people are responding to it in different ways and getting different things out of it. I think for anyone that's thinking of coming on the Escape, I'd say, apply and come along. It could probably seem a daunting thing to do. We don't have many guys that come along. We have more here than we had last year, and I think that's a good thing to get more of a mix. But I think anyone that's thinking about doing it should come along, even if they're not quite sure what they would get out of it. I think we're already seeing that people are getting out of it different things than maybe they thought they would. So I think it's definitely something that people should come along and do. There's nothing to lose. It's a weekend away to think about things that you probably haven't had time to think about, and be with people and talk about that in an environment that you won't get anywhere else. I think from coming on the Escape, a lot of people mainly establish a new network of friends that they didn't have before, and friends that they can get support from and talk about stuff with that they haven't had in their life up until now. So there's that important support network that exists within the Escape, but then also after the Escape has happened, that I think people build up. But it's also having that time to stop and think about what's happened to them, what they've been through. And I think people are also finding time to stop and think about what it is they've been through or what they're going through. And it's important. Our lives are busy. We're trying to hold down jobs and manage families, and you don't often get to stop and think about what it is you've been through. And having that balance of time to consider, but also people to bounce ideas off and just be very, very open about how you're feeling is very important. It's a very important part of the process that we should go through to get on with our lives. Shine's a really important charity, and it's not been going on for very long. It's only been around for a few years, but the rate that it's grown at and the amount of positive feedback we get about the Escapes we do, about the social evenings we do, the other support conferences we do, is clearly an indication that there's a need there that isn't being fulfilled anywhere else. So I think Shine and the work it does is really, really important for people in our situation that are dealing with cancer, but also dealing with bringing up children and looking after parents and trying to hold down jobs and develop careers. There's a lot of stuff that happens in Shine that isn't addressed anywhere else.